All right, here we are. We've made it to the rough draft. I am so incredibly proud of you for making it to this point. Getting through English 102 is no easy feat, and it is finally time to start to take all the hard work, all the frustration, all the hours of research, all of the minutes of typing and thinking, and pull it all together. All right, we are ready for the rough draft. It is time to take your rhetorical analysis. It's time to take your proposals. It's time to take your research prospectus, your outline, your solution and counter argument, and it's time to pull it all together into a paper. All right, so take a deep breath, relax, and trust yourself. You've got this. You've done the hard work. All right, I've put you off long and hard. I've put the brakes on so many times to keep you from getting too far ahead of yourself. Well, now I want you to let loose. I want you to just run with this paper, and I want you to put forth all of your effort. All right, so I just want to make a couple of notations, a couple of reminders, so that as you're putting this paper together, you have everything that you need. You've got me kind of spinning around in the back of your mind, reminding you of the things you need to make sure you have in your paper. Okay? All right, so parts of this paper. First, your proposal. What is the issue? All right? Even though you've told me over and over and over again, now it's time to put it into one place. Okay? So, what is your proposal? What is the issue that we're dealing with? And make sure you end that first paragraph with a really solid thesis statement. If you're still questioning your thesis statement, run it past me. Let me help you so we make sure that organizationally you are on point with the organization of this paper. All right. From there, the body of the paper, you get to kind of choose what the order of the information is. I'm going to go through and I'm going to talk through an organization, a potential organization for your paper. But if it doesn't work, don't use it. All right? Do what works best for you. You've earned the freedom to get creative, to put this information together in a manner that works for you. If you're not individualizing this paper at this point, you're not challenging yourself to the level that I've brought you to this point. All right, so the body of the paper, what goes in between that introduction and that conclusion? Here's what it is. First, your arguments. Okay, what are these main claims? What are the arguments that you want to make to support your thesis, to support that your position on your issue is correct? All right, make sure you're keeping in mind ethos, pathos, logos. You want to make sure that you're being ethical. You want to make sure you're using credible information. And then you want to make sure that you've got some solid logos. Remember, statistics, especially as we're seeing these days, statistics are not always great. So you want to make sure that the logos that you're including is truly information that is going to hone in on your ideas. It's going to really impact your audience so that they can believe the information that's being presented to them. Can you include statistics? Of course. Just make sure that you lay a foundation for what those statistics really mean. Make sure you're being selective with that. Okay? And then, of course, pathos. If you're not connecting with your audience, it doesn't matter how great your information is. It doesn't matter who you are bringing to the table to support the evidence that you're presenting. If you're not able to connect with the audience in some way, you're going to miss the boat completely. And your end goal is not going to be to have somebody else hop onto your ship. All right? So, ethos, pathos, logos, pound out those arguments, bring everybody together. Then make sure you've got your solution. What are we going to do? How do we fix the issue? How do we solve it? Now, for some of you, that solution we've gone through and we've detailed the feasibility, the logistics, why it's good, why it's the best. We've gone through that process. And for some of you, your paper is going to continue to have that into very individualized sections, and that's perfectly fine. For some of you, that solution is going to be integrated into those arguments. That's great. Do that. If that's what works for your paper, integrate it. All right. And then you might kind of come in and just kind of give me an overall solution to make sure you've taken all those bits and pieces and pulled it together. It might be something that's like a transition between your arguments and your counter arguments, is to kind of mesh in that solution paragraph or that solution summary. All right, so think about that. Again, solution could be integrated, solution could stand on its own. Totally up to you, totally about what works best for your paper. Okay, then the counter argument. Okay, Love the counter argument. The counter argument is great. This is where we really make that connection with that audience. That's where that pathos really comes into play here. Okay, we got to connect with our audience. We got to make sure that they know that we understand them and that we're taking their position into consideration. So don't forget that counter argument. Utilize that last paper to really pull this together. 1 to 2 counter arguments is really as far as you should go. Any more than that, and you're going to start to balance your essay out too much, and I'm not going to really be able to tell which side of the issue you're really on. So 1 to 2 counter arguments, refute or concede, and go with that. Then the last part is the conclusion. Wrap it up. Give me a bow. All right? What do I need to leave this paper understanding? What do I want to do? What's that call to action so that I walk away going, not only do I totally agree with this person's position, but I'm ready to do something about it. All right? That call to action, that movement. Add that movement. All right? That's what you want to wrap it up with. And then, of course, your references page. If you cited it in your paper, it belongs on the references page. If you cited it on your references page, I better be able to find it in your paper. Okay? If at this point you've kind of dwindled off, you lost some stuff, that's okay. I told you not all of your references would be used, but all of your references have been used to help you learn about your paper. All right? So, how long should this paper be? 8 to 10 pages. I know that sounds crazy, right? It's really not that big of a deal. Your cover page and your references page do not count towards that 8 to 10 pages. That is 8 to 10 full pages intro to conclusion, okay? There is a deduction if you miss some of those pages, so make sure you pay attention to what the instructions are for the paper, all right? So let's review that real quick. Organizationally, what should I see? Introduction, where you propose your issue, propose the situation, state a thesis statement, okay? Topic, opinion, reason. Make sure those 3 things are perfectly clear in that introductory thesis statement. Okay, 1 sentence, topic, opinion, reason. Then I'm going to go into those arguments. Okay, 3 to 6 of them, fully supporting that thesis statement. Solution, present it. What should we do? Why should we do it? What makes it good? What makes it the best? Counter argument, make that connection with your audience. Conclude it. References page, you've got the perfect paper. I'm proud of you. Get this done. Let me know if you have any questions. Talk to you soon.